One of the things that appealed to us about writing a series, and it's a series that's going to take place really over a decade, so it's 10 years in the life of Frieda and her surrounding cast. And what appealed to us about that was that we wanted to kind of follow them and see how they were changed by experience and kind of the baggage they gathered, the kind of burden they had to carry around with them. There are more and more characters in, as the books go on. There are more and more things that we know about the characters, which we have to keep in our head. So it's immensely kind of complicated. It's like a whole world that we're carrying around with us.
One thing that's clear, I think the experience of writing, of having a recurring character, rather, in the past, where every book was a world of its own, that came to an end. At the end of the book, it came to an end. With Frieda Klein, following her through book after book, it's a completely different experience, because I think in a way we almost feel as if we're starting again as writers, and but partly it's about following the character through time and where stories never quite come to an end.
When we wrote our first book all those years ago, The Memory Game, we concocted a kind of method for working together, and that hasn't changed so much. I think it's just got a bit scruffier and freer, if you like. The way that we actually write together, we plan together and then we write separately and pass it between us, and that remains our method. But actually I think that as the years have gone by, we've learned to be kind of a bit more kind of carefree and adventurous and less structured. So in that sense, I think with writing our new series, one of the things that's happened is that we just have to stop more often and take stock and talk to each other and just make sure we're still on the right tracks, because of course the tracks have got rather kind of wider and longer than they used to be.
I mean, what makes it such an exciting challenge? It's like creating a bigger world. So there's just there is so much more to remember. And Frieda is just developing a history. And I think for our sad old brains trying to remember, and so we have to make sure that we're remembering it accurately.
The process remains the same. When we argue about as much as we used to, we drink about as much the same coffee and wine as we used to whilst writing. We go on walks and talk about it together. I think it's our way of exploring the world together and thinking about what makes us anxious, what makes us troubled, what makes Frieda troubled. It's like kind of seeing the world through Frieda's eyes.
It was really strange that when we published Blue Monday, it really felt like we were starting again. We were like new young writers, and so there was a kind of, and also we were writing it in a different way. That up to now, all our previous books had been written in the first person, and this was a third person narrative, and it was just a different way of approaching it. So we really felt a kind of, oh my God, what are people going to feel? And we were really, I mean, we felt that we did feel that we kind of connected with readers, and both from, I mean, reviews are important, but in a way more important actually is when you meet, ordinary readers, and you go out and when you come to Holland, come to Amsterdam and meet and talk to people, and it was felt very good.
We're about 75,000 words into it at the moment. It's like running a marathon. So we're limping along.
So we hope it should be out next year. But if it isn't, then there's been a problem. But we feel pretty excited by it.